The issue with company coins in Battlefield 5 is a ridiculous one. For a game that was almost sabotaged from the beginning with an atrocious marketing campaign and then released with most of the highlighted features missing or broken, you'd think DICE would be chomping at the bit to get the little things that clearly hold players back from having fun sorted out. The company coins problem is a sign that this is just not the case, however, with players complaining about having a lack of coin once reaching level 50 for quite some time. To make it even worse, reaching max rank was no real achievement in Battlefield 5, with some players getting to level 50 within the first week of the game releasing. Now, if you haven't reached rank 50, maybe this isn't a problem that's affecting you, and possibly you'll be amassing company coins just as normal. However, for those that do reach rank 50, you are then stopped from earning coins through a bug in the game. In addition to that, the ways you earn company coins in Battlefield 5 is fairly mediocre anyway, but we'll get onto that in a little bit. Customization is a big deal in Battlefield 5. Whether you love it or hate it, customization is a cornerstone of pretty much everything you use and see in game, with weapons requiring specialisations in order to compete, and then you have the option to customize your soldier with cosmetics that in all fairness do look good. I like the addition of the company screen, the fact you can change your character and then all of the customization options in relation to their appearance is pretty neat. And although it does take away from some of the gameplay aspects, as in you can't work out who you're fighting, whether they're an assault player or a medic or a support, that's fairly difficult in BF5 to work out. The fact that you have this individual customization is a nice change of pace, and I can see that it's not something that is all negative. There are a lot of positives attached to it at the same time. Now, in order for this to work, you need to be able to purchase company coins, and you need to be able to earn them in-game. Purchasing company coins hasn't come along yet, although I am certain, and DICE have essentially announced that it is coming soon. This will be met with a lot of criticism. However, if it's for only cosmetic items, I don't see it being a massive problem, as so many games have done it in the past, and it doesn't really impact gameplay. It's more of an enthusiast thing. You spend a bit of money, you get a new hat, that sort of stuff. Now, in terms of the specialisations with weapons, this is something that you should not have to pay for, and you should be able to earn all the coins you need in-game within a reasonable amount of time. Now, I say the word reasonable, I don't think you should just be handed the coins out. You should have to work a little bit for them, maybe a couple of games, and then you can upgrade a weapon fully. Currently, you have the following options when looking to gain more company coins. Daily orders. These are daily challenges that allow you to net 300 coins without much effort whatsoever, of course on a daily basis. Special assignments. These are completed for each class, and these assignments will grant you quite a few company coins once you've started the game out, but once they're completed, that's it. My feeling was that DICE would regularly add more of these assignments as time went on with their live service, however this hasn't been the case at all. In addition to the daily orders and special assignments, it's my belief that you're also rewarded at the end of matches for essentially being a part of the battle. This is what's broken in BF5, as once you reach level 50 you no longer receive these awards, limiting you to only 300 coins per day with the daily challenges, and in some cases they don't even work either, so you don't get anything whatsoever. Despite these simple ways to gain more company coins, players are actually unable to earn enough coins to unlock the specialisations for their weapons and vehicles, which brings along several issues. If you haven't unlocked all the specialisations, you can't respec your weapon through the customization tree, and at the same time you want a fully customized weapon to compete with others on the battlefield, as it's not really a trade-off sort of scenario like in Battlefield 4, where if you put something on your weapon you couldn't put something else on it. In Battlefield 5 it's more a skill tree that improves your weapon whatever you do to it, and those with a spec'd up weapon will beat those with a non-spec'd weapon if you both have the same skill level. This is a real shame, as it points in either one of the following directions. Either DICE didn't intend to limit the coins in such a way, but are incapable of fixing a simple bug such as company coins not being rewarded at the end of matches, or number 2, DICE intended to limit company coins and drip feed them to players after the first few weeks. This would create a shortage of coins and therefore force the hands of players to purchase them with real money when that feature comes around. Now, I'm not one to wear my tinfoil hat and say that DICE are going to be cheating players out of coins, almost to force them to spend their hard-earned cash when this feature does come around, but it really does seem like that. I don't see why DICE haven't fixed the problem with the updates that they've had so far. Maybe it'll be fixed with the next update, but who knows? It doesn't seem like something that should be taking so much time, and maybe they could just introduce a patch today that automatically awards all players who have been playing Battlefield 5 with 10,000 company coins, just to sort that issue out in the short term. They don't seem interested in that, and they don't seem to realise how much of an issue this actually is. It was my understanding that upon finishing a match in Battlefield 5 you would receive a few thousand coins for your efforts, allowing you to unlock cool things for the next match. Yes, you have to log out of the match and then redo things in the really poorly laid out customization screen before logging back into another game and then showing off your new stuff. However, it did reward players for staying until the end of a match and was a great way to shape the matches players experienced. For example, a losing team on Grand Ops could still receive a bonus for staying in the game for the entire match. Right now that doesn't exist and hasn't been fixed in the multiple patches we've already received, as I mentioned before. Considering all of the other bugs and unfinished features in this game, not being able to upgrade and customize your character is yet another slap in the face from DICE, and for some people it's been too much and they've just put the game down. DICE probably won't listen to what I have to say, but I look at it from this perspective. Firstly, you want players to be enjoying your game. Limiting their ability to enjoy the actual content that you've provided by blocking it is not smart. Even if DICE created a long-winded task to gain more coins, that would be acceptable. It wouldn't be perfect, but at least there would be a way to gain more coins instead of a meager 300 coins per day. Maybe have it so when you get a service star with a weapon, you get a bonus coin reward. Maybe have it that when you reach 100 headshots with a certain weapon, you get a bonus reward. Or maybe if you get a load of kills in a game and the most kills out of everybody, you get a bonus reward. Loads of little things could be added in. And I know this is more complicated than it sounds, but it seems as if they just haven't thought about it enough. And on top of the fact that the features that are intended to work, such as the rewards at the end of matches, are actually broken too, you've not only got players that don't like the system that's in place doesn't work either, so it's a complete mess from top to bottom. Whilst I'm on the topic of things that are a complete mess, I'm quickly going to talk about the airlifts in Battlefield 5. You all know what these are. If you paid for the Ultimate Edition in Battlefield, you got an additional airlift per week for 20 weeks, or at least I think that's what it was. I was under the impression that we would get full weapon skins, outfits, and really awesome cosmetics to justify the additional £20 spent, or $20, whatever it was. Instead, we have been drip-fed a few weapon pieces and essentially laughed at by the developers for parting with our hard-earned cash. It's embarrassing for DICE. The fact they deem this acceptable really puts the entire game into perspective. It seems to me as if they are holding fire on the actual coins that you pay for, the Battlefield currency, and they're kind of getting players to a point where they almost have to buy this currency in order to keep playing the game. Now that would be a pretty smart decision if the game that they had was an absolute banger, if it was a really, really good game, because players would be there like, I don't mind spending a few extra quid, this game is so good, I can't stop playing it. A few extra quid doesn't really matter. If anything, the devs deserve this little bit of money from me on top of the game that I've already paid for because the game is so good. But with Battlefield 5, it just isn't that good. It's okay, but it's nothing special. It's certainly not the best Battlefield game I've played. It's not even better than BF1. So you can't really justify saying to players that you need to then spend more than you did in BF1 for things that really should be included for free. I feel as if it's creating a big void between the community and the devs. Even if the devs aren't in charge of these decisions, there's probably one guy who's in charge of a lot of stuff and the devs just do as they're told. But it's DICE as a whole. The community are being distanced from them. They feel as if they're not being listened to. It's yet another thing linked to Battlefield 5 that's a big disappointment, but I guess we're used to it at this point. Let me know in the comments if you've got any ideas to fix this problem apart from just sorting out the company coins reward at the end of the matches. Anything interesting that you want to add, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.